From careers ending in a single second to lives lost chasing 8 seconds of glory. These are the 10 darkest moments in bull riding history. At number 10, Derek Kbaba found out what happens when a ton of muscle decides to trample right into you.
While Washington has a chance to step up and make himself a household.
The championship round at Louisville's KFC Yum Center should have been Kbaba's moment. Instead, Cowtown Slinger turned him into roadkill.
Yeah, kid, let's go! Folks, you can't say thank you loud enough to those.
The silence hit the arena first. Then came the realization that they'd witnessed something darker than your typical wreck. Kbaba had been run over like he stepped in front of a freight train. Bullfighters crashed into the chaos, but the damage was already carved in stone. That's the thing about these moments. They happen so fast that help becomes an afterthought. The crowd's ovation afterward felt hollow. Everyone knew they'd seen something that would stick with them long after the lights went down. Speaking of moments that haunt you, Ben Jones at number 9 discovered that some hits echo in your skull forever.
They've been together a long time in this shoot.
World Finals 2015. Jones drew Sheep Creek in the championship round, thinking this could be his breakthrough ride. The bull had other plans.
Gives up, but you know, I always say Father Time's undefeated, and that's definitely something that's working against Ben.
The whiplash buck-off came with surgical precision. Jones went limp before he even hit the ground. His body folded like someone had cut the power to his nervous system. The arena went dead quiet. Not the usual anticipation quiet, the kind of quiet that makes your stomach drop. Medics moved fast because they recognized the signs immediately.
Ben Jones.
Jones eventually stirred, but the damage was already done. Those moments of unconsciousness stretched like hours for everyone watching. Some darkness lingers even after the lights come back on. That kind of stillness is what made Neil Holmes' wreck at number 8 even more chilling. 2015 PBR World Finals, Round 4. Holmes climbed on Pure Bull at the Thomas & Mack Center in Las Vegas, looking to advance deeper into the championship rounds. The bull delivered a knockout blow that dropped him instantly. The impact wasn't the darkest part, it was what came after. That complete stillness on the dirt while 15,000 people held their breath. Holmes lay on the ground as bullfighters and medics swarmed around his limp body. Massive crowds make these moments feel even more isolated. All those eyes watching someone's world potentially end in real time. The silence in that arena was deafening. Medical staff worked over Holmes while everyone wondered if they'd witnessed something permanent. That uncertainty, that's where the real darkness lives. McKennon Wimberly at number 7 learned that sometimes the rope becomes your worst enemy.
See the season, but McKennon Wimberly's got a chance on Charlie Bullware, and this is a big bull, and Wimberly.
Charlie Bullware had an 84% buck-off rate, and Wimberly found out why the hard way. His hand wouldn't come free from the rope, and the bull started using him like a human whip.
It's a big bull, and Wimberly touches at 3-0, and he's got to get out of there. You see, he's got a hold of that bullpen trying to, well, no, now he's got the tail of the rope.
You know, he doesn't have a hold of it in the bullfight.
Hang-ups are every rider's nightmare, but this one felt especially cruel. Bullware kept twisting and spinning while Wimberly absorbed impact after impact. His body snapped back and forth like a rag doll attached to 1,800 pounds of pure malice. The sickening rhythm of flesh meeting dirt echoed through the arena. Bullfighters earned every penny of their pay that night, diving into danger to free a man who was getting destroyed. But those seconds felt endless, while Wimberly's body took punishment he couldn't escape. Every revolution brought fresh agony, and everyone watching knew they were witnessing something that would haunt them. The rope that's supposed to help you stay on becomes the thing that might kill you. That's the kind of irony that makes this sport so dark. The very equipment designed for safety transforms into an instrument of torture. Valdron de Olivivera at number 6 experienced every rider's worst nightmare, a bull falling on top of him. The Express Classic in Tulsa was supposed to be another payday for one of bull riding's iron men. Valdron had made his career surviving the worst bulls in the world, but high stakes slipped after the whistle, and gravity did the rest. The visual was sickening, nearly a ton of bull crashing down on a human body. Valdron disappeared under all that weight like he'd been swallowed by the earth itself. For a guy who'd spent years proving he was tougher than anything the sport could throw at him, this moment showed that sometimes toughness means nothing. Physics doesn't care about your reputation or your heart. The crowd knew they'd witnessed something that could have been final. When someone who seems indestructible gets crushed like that, it reminds everyone how fragile this all really is. Taiposabon at number 5 took a hit that would haunt the sport long after he was gone.
Let's watch.
Bass Pro Shootout in Louisville, 2013. Taiposabon drew Carolina kicker in round 1, looking to build momentum. The bull delivered a knockout punch that dropped him instantly. The hit was clean and brutal. Taiposabon crumpled like someone had yanked his soul right out of his body. Blood pooled from a scalp laceration while medical staff worked to bring him back to consciousness. The concussion would heal, the scalp would close up, but the darkness this moment represented ran much deeper. Head injuries in bull riding don't always show their true damage right away. Taiposabon kept riding after this wreck, kept taking shots to the head, kept pushing through the symptoms that were slowly eating away at his future. The bull riding community would lose him in 2017, and his family would start a foundation focused on the mental health crisis plaguing the sport. Sometimes the darkest moments aren't the ones that end careers immediately. Sometimes they're the ones that start a slow countdown to something much worse. João Ricardo Vieira at number 4 proved that even the best riders in the world are never safe.
Suspicious Minds. Another one from Chad Berger, Dakota Rodeo.
Rapid City, Championship Round 2019. JRV was already a star by then. Event wins, championships, years of success. He'd drawn Suspicious Minds and got bucked off clean. Should have been routine.
Sports medicine team over there with Joao.
Yeah, take a look right here. Got kicked in the head there. Got stepped on in the back.
But the bull turned back on him as he hit the ground. The stomp landed square, followed by a kick that sent JRV's body rolling across the dirt. Bullfighters sprinted in, but the damage was already done. Seeing one of the sport's biggest stars get destroyed like that sent a chill through everyone watching. If it could happen to someone with JRV's skill and experience, it could happen to anyone. The scariest part wasn't the violence, it was how random it all seemed. One extra step by the bull, one wrong angle, and a legend almost got erased in front of a live crowd. That randomness, that complete lack of control once you hit the ground, that's what makes this sport so dark. You think you're safe once you're off the bull, JRV said later, but sometimes they come back for you. That's when you realize how much of this is just luck, good or bad. Now we reach the 3 moments that define the true darkness of bull riding, the ones that remind us this sport sometimes takes everything. At number 3, Brent Thurman showed us what greatness looked like before tragedy struck.
And bull, Brent Thurman, he can ride Austin, Texas. The Wild Man.
This ride against Rusty showcased everything Thurman brought to the arena. Skill, heart, and the kind of raw talent that made him a champion. 89 points of pure artistry.
Outside foot. Oh, hang in there, Brent. Come on. Oh, my. Good ride, yeah.
Days later at the National Finals Rodeo, Red Wolf would take all of that away. December 17th, 1994. Brent Thurman died from injuries sustained in competition, leaving behind a legacy that the sport honors to this day. His death marked the end of an era and the beginning of serious conversations about rider safety. But no amount of progress can bring back what was lost in that arena. Mason Lowe at number 2 proved he belonged with the elite right up until the end.
We're running out of superlatives for this bull. Tell you what,
this championship round battle with Bushwhacker showed the level Lowe competed at daily. The bull scored 46.25 points, elite company for any rider willing to climb on.
Start to pay attention to also, J-Dub, is that bull score. 46 1/4. Look at this.
January 15th, 2019, at the National Western Stock Show in Denver, Hard Times stepped on Lowe's chest after a buck-off. The injuries would prove fatal, taking another bright light from a sport that had already lost too many. Lowe's death sent shockwaves through the bull riding world, reminding everyone that talent and toughness sometimes aren't enough. The darkness can claim anyone, anytime. At number 1, Lane Frost's legacy lives on through the safety measures his death inspired.
Known for his 1987 World Championship, but he was pretty shiny at the NFR in 1980.
July 30th, 1989, Cheyenne Frontier Days. Frost rode taking care of business for 85 points, then took a hit after the dismount that would change bull riding forever.
Won the average, and if it hadn't been for the legendary bull Red Rock in round 6, Frost, not Jim Sharp, would have been the first cowboy to go 10 for 10 at the NFR in bull riding.
He's always ready and good.
His death sparked the development of modern protective vests. The sport made them mandatory by 1996, saving countless lives in the years that followed. But no safety equipment can erase the darkness of that July afternoon. Lane Frost died doing what he loved, and his sacrifice made the sport safer for everyone who came after. His legacy reminds us that sometimes the darkest moments can light the way forward. These moments define the true cost of 8 seconds. They show us that behind every great ride, every championship, every victory, there's always the shadow of what could go wrong. The riders who step into these arenas know the risks. They've seen the wrecks, felt the pain, and carried the scars that come with this life. But they keep climbing on anyway, because the heart of a true cowboy doesn't back down from darkness. It rides straight through it, knowing that some things are worth risking everything for. The arena lights will keep shining, the gates will keep opening, and riders will keep chasing those 8 seconds. The darkness is part of the sport, and so is the courage to face it head on. That's bull riding. That's the price of glory.